Okay, here we go. Here we go. So we were talking about the Malchus. Every person has Malchus. It means that there are neshamas that are subjected to him. And that kind of authority is both in overt, open manner, and also when it's covert. The way to and this is very, very important, the Malchus is the role of a person in this world. And the Tachlis is to instruct those who are under you to keep the mitzvahs of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what it's about. This is the Tachlis of everything. And we said that the way to do it is when you're learning Torah, the action of, the situation where a person has Malchus is a very dangerous, precarious one, because the Malchus is a highly radioactive situation. It can very easily shorten the life of the person who is in the position of authority, Malchus. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to inject your Malchus with longevity so it doesn't kill you. Not yours, but the person needs to do that. And the process of doing it is Balei Torah. The Torah is every single letter, every single word, every single pasuk, every single parsha. These are all, every halacha, obviously, every blood Gemara. These are all kalim, these are all tools, these are all measurements with which you draw life from the source of life, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, the problem is that we said there are two kinds of astaras. We said, okay, so you know that you're supposed to instruct people that stem from your shirish. You're supposed to show them where they're supposed to go, how they're supposed to go. But we said, A, you don't know necessarily what to tell them, and B, they may not even be by you. When they're doing something that needs to be straightened out, things to be straightened out, and then you have the neshamas that are b'chlal not by you. You don't even know who they are, because this is, So Rabbeinu says that when you get the das, when you get the seichel, when you learn the Torah, it gives you the seichel. And with this seichel, you are able to give them the kind of message that they need to get. And I said that Rabbeinu says that there are two types of astaras, two types of concealments. Concealments. When a Kadosh Baruch Hu is nistar b'astara achas, when a Kadosh Baruch Hu is just, it's Kadosh Baruch Hu, but you don't see him. Gam ken kosher mod l'motzei. It's also very difficult to find the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Arpichen, still, kshu nistar b'astara achas, Kadosh Baruch Hu is just concealed with a single concealment. It is possible for you to put in the effort, to put in the stick-to-itiveness, the resoluteness, and keep on hammering at it until you'll find him. Because the Kodesh Baruch Hu is nissa from him. אבל כשהשם יתברך נסתר בהסתרה בתוך הסתרה, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden, the fact that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden, it in itself is also hidden. In other words, not only is the HaKadosh Baruch Hu hidden, you don't even know that he's hidden. You don't even know there's anything hidden from you. The Baal HaTanya says the difference between a secret and soidus. Secret of secrets. Secret secrets. What does it mean, secret secrets? That you don't even know there's a secret. That's a double whammy. You know, it's cover within a cover. אבל כשהשם נסתר בהסתור בתוך הסתור, עדיין שהסתור בעצמו נסתרס ממנו, when the very fact alone, Kadosh Baruch Hu is hidden from him, this in itself is unknown to him. דהיינו שאינו יודע כלל שהשם נסתר ממנו. You don't even know that Kadosh Baruch Hu is hiding from him. אז אי אפשר כלל למצוא איסור. Then it's not possible at all to find a Kadosh Baruch Hu. You don't even know there's anything you don't know. מאחר שאין יודע כלל מהשם יתברך, you don't even know from HaKadosh Baruch Hu alone, at all. וזה בחינס, it says about if Am Yisrael will chas v'chalila forsake HaKadosh Baruch Hu and say what deserve, v'anochi aste ponai bayom ha'u, and I shall surely hide my face. Surely hide is a nice English way of saying aster astir. In other words, what aster is not enough, hide is not enough. No. Surely hide. What do you mean surely hide? I mean astora shebetoch astora. That the hiding itself will be hidden. ביום ההוא כל אשר עשה כי פנה אלוהים אחרים. דהיינו שעשיר הסתרה, in other words, I will conceal the הסתרה. שלא ידעו כלל שהשם יתברך נסתר. They won't even know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden. No clue. ואז בוודאי אינו יכול למצוא את זה. But then of course HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot be found. מאחר שאין יודע כלל שצורך לבקש עושו יתברך. You don't even know, you have to seek HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You don't even know he's hidden there. You don't even know he's there. You don't even know if HaKadosh Baruch Hu exists. כי הסתר בעצמו נסתרת. The very hiding itself is hidden. אבל באמת אפילו בכל הסתורס, but really within all the concealments, within all the level of concealments. אבל באמת אפילו בהסתורה שבתוך הסתורה. The famous psalm, right? Even in a hiding that is hidden within a hiding. בוודאי גם שם מלובש השם יתברך. בוודאי there is also, because Baruch Hu is cloaked in there. There's no such thing, there's no reality. They will not have the life force. Kodesh Baruch Hu. Otherwise, this thing cannot exist. Without Kodesh Baruch Hu is giving him a life force to exist, that thing, reality, whatever it is, wouldn't exist. The bevada in all things, in all the deeds, all the thoughts, all the speech, all the deeds. Kodesh Baruch Hu is melubash there, he's concealed there, he is cloaked there. Rabbeinu says, "Va'afilu im chas v'sholom oisim devor avera." If chas v'chabel a person is doing an avera, this is not the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants it. Im kol ze bevadai, v'yesh sham chiyus Hashem Yisbarach. Even when a person does an Avera, even in the Maisa Avera itself, has the life force, the vitality to have happened from HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. But he's very concealed, very constricted, very hidden. V'aTorah, Yechis L'Kodol. As we said, the Torah is the life force. That's the live wire. Shekol Dover. This is the keli with which the channels the life force from Hashem Yisbarach into this world, and it is melubash in everything, every mitzvah in this world. He says all things, all matters, all circumstances, any reality. Even machshava, dibur, v'maisa shel avera, even a thought and a speech and a deed, chas v'chalila of an avera, chas v'sholem, yesham gam kinislav shatayra. The Torah is in there. Is cloaked in there. Akshu be'elam tzimtzum godol b'chnat astoris. It's very, very concealed. It's very wrapped up. B'chnat astoris. Now, what does it mean, a store and a store without a store? How does it happen? How does a person get to a state of a store without a store? The Rebbeinu says, ki over v'shana, a person who does an avera and he repeats it, na'asa lo keheter. The fact that this thing is forbidden becomes washed out for them. It becomes like a new reality. It's something which is allowed. What's the problem with that? I'm a good person. I don't hurt anybody. As Chazal said, the Averis, when a person does Averis, a person switches the words of Kadosh Baruch Hu. What's it? Tziruf Mechaim b'Torah. He does different combinations in the Torah. The letters of the Torah are the primordial kalim of Elokus, of life force, and a certain kind of combination of the Torah make the mitzvahs, which enable to bring down, to draw the life force from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the Torah. But when you famish the combination, you're taking from a mitzvah, you're making an avera. So something which is forbidden, kiviyachol, becomes allowed. Until people make from isu heter. When the people repeat it, something which a person always held forbidden, suddenly, okay, that's no big deal. Okay. You did it once, maybe the heavens will fall on my head. The second time, you see nothing happened, okay. So you keep on going until it becomes, I don't know what you're talking about. Moshe Kosover says, "Oh ya oimrim larat toiv v'latoiv ra." Yeshaya Novi says, it's not that people say that they want to do bad. Nobody wants to do bad. It's just that they mish. They take the bad and they call it good. And I take the good and they call it bad. He says that's it. People sort of learn the Torah have to go to the army. And people can be, perverts and whatever it is, that's normal. And if you're against it, you're a Nazi. That's the kind. Even in the Averis, there is a life force from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, the letters of the Torah, they exist everywhere. They are the quarks, these are the vessels with which the Chas HaKadosh Baruch Hu is embedded in all mitzvahs. But it's completely concealed. It's hidden. You don't know that it's there. A person took the tzerufim, took the Averis, and he flipped it over to something which is okay. He took the letters of the Torah from the original combination, says, listen, you should not do this. To say, you should, or you should not. Do this. just mix it up. Just make something which, okay. What? This is what they said over Vishona, when a person makes an Avera and he repeats it. Now, Sala Keheta, it becomes something which is, like, I don't know what the heck you want from me. It's 100% okay. Ze Pchinas Stora Achas. That's one item. This is a story that, that we stand up to daven in the morning, afternoon, evening. And I can rush through the davening, hardly paying any attention to what I'm saying. How can I do this? I'm sitting in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Da b'fnei mi atayimid, right? Know who you're standing in front of, right? You're standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But, once I did it, in the very beginning, every word, and this and that. Then one day, I was tired. Man, that's hard work. So I davened, just to get it done. I felt very bad. I davened like this just to get it done. Yeah, but it was easy. It was easy, right? So next time when it happened, the sky didn't fall. I'm still the same frum Jew I always was. And davening takes, instead of an hour, it took me half an hour. It's a win-win situation, right? Until to the point that it seems that when somebody is actually taking his time, the shliach tzibur is somebody who is actually taking his time to daven, I go like, oh man, can't believe it. How long this guy takes. What's wrong with him? We got to go to work. Or actually you see that the Baal Tefillah is rushing through it like an F1 driver, like a race car driver. You ask him, somebody has a chiyuv, whatever. So why are you rushing? It's not me, it's them. They push me. Yeah, come on. Burich, yalla. Zgadal. Baruch Hu. So who's to blame? The one in the front, the one in behind? The truth is, everybody wants to get rid of it. Both the one in the front and those in the behind. But each one is blaming the other ones. Why daven so quick? Look at Baal Tefillah. He's rushing through it. I don't know. It's like a hurricane. Why are you rushing through it? Look at them. They're pushing me. That's... Everybody has a good terrence. Over Vishon, becomes... It doesn't make any difference if we do, if we don't, whatever it is. What is so quick? No? This is called Over Vishon. You still know you're supposed to daven, but you sort of know it. Where do you go? You know it in principle, in general. This is one story. Hashem Yisborach nistamer b'astor achas. Because Baruch is hidden from you with one concealment. You know Kadosh Baruch Hu is there. You know you're supposed to talk to him. You're not supposed to daven for him. You're not supposed to be mechaven whatever it is that you're saying. But you don't really know. You know about it, but you don't actually know it. You don't know it. Yeah. The Haim Shalom Keheter. So even when it's chalakhet, it's very, very difficult for a person to wake himself up and start davening, properly and take your time, whatever. It's very difficult. So when one star is also difficult to find a Kodesh Baruch Hu. And kol zeh efshar ligo v'lachter ad she'imtzo es yisbarach. It's possible, to really put your foot down and work hard until you're able to find a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Why? Because you know that it became Nasalo Keheta. You know that it used to, you remember the times when you really used to do it? And, the time is sort of like a, kind of wishy-washy kind of thing. You know Chotzek that it became like a heta. You know it's not right. Even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden from you, that verse all became something which is, no big deal. It is possible that the person should, reflect in his own heart, that thing itself, that I fell and I got to a position, something wrong becomes a no big deal for me. It's not davening properly, maybe watching movies that I shouldn't, or reading books that I shouldn't, or hanging out with people that I shouldn't, or whatever the case may be. It's possible a person says, I can't believe, look at me. Look where. And it's possible for you to dig into until you'll get out of it. Because you know that it was wrong and it became all right for you. You know that. But there is another Storah, betoch Storah, where the story itself was hidden. You don't even know Kadosh Baruch Hu is hiding from you. I know that Israel is supposed to win the first place in the Eurovision Song Contest, or supposed to maybe go play in the European football, or the World Cup, or whatever. This I know. Because Baruch Hu, we're talking about, I don't know. Baruch Hu, I don't know. The person doesn't even know that the Issa became a heter. It wasn't. Why? Because there's some religious people somewhere in Bnei Brak that claim that it's forbidden. That means that I know that it's forbidden. I know that they say that it's forbidden. Well, so don't do it. What are you looking at me for? Only all the bad things Rabbeinu says, Domer Be'enov Kemisha Gomor, Chas v'Shalom. You can talk, say anything, do anything, go anywhere, do whatever it is you want. Everything is a flat surface, Chas v'Shalom. In other words, when a person keeps on repeating the Averis more and more, he even forgets the fact that he forgot. That he remembered and he forgot. Even this he forgets. Why? I believe in a loving God. I don't believe in a punishing God. Go to any 12-step program, you'll hear that. Do whatever you want. He doesn't know b'chlal any kind of a shmitchik of an iser. Everything is 100% okay for him. This is astor b'toch astor. The astor itself is also nistor. U'be'emet gam b'toch astor b'toch astor gam sham elu b'shem yizbarach. Also, in the hiding within the hiding, the secret within the secret, Kadosh Baruch Hu is there too. In other words, in the utmost oblivion of silly men and women, Shem Yerachem, going to have some kind of festival, whatever it is that they did during Sukkot or Simchas Torah. They have absolutely no clue whatsoever that Kadosh Baruch Hu was hidden. We had nothing, zero. Those that were shot at and got out, they know. They know. Suddenly the Asur was, the blinders were shot off their face, off their eyes, once and for all. But inside the Asur of the Chastor, there's the letters of the Torah. Even there, Hashem Yisborach is there. Because without him, there's no chayas to anything. Except the multitudes of Ameris makes it so that it seems like, the conscience doesn't work anymore. It's not you desensitize the conscience in such a way, to such a level that, what's wrong? So what are you talking about? Why are you looking at me funny like that? What? Until the Chochmas HaTorah becomes stupidities. It doesn't even know, mitzad atzmai, it became kaheta. That's the start of the Chastar. This is actually the inyan of Pesach and Seder Pesach. You know that Pesach is, we have many, Baruch Hashem, many Yom Tovim. We have, holy days, Shabbos, Yom Tov, Kippur, Shavuos, whatever you want, Sukkot, whatever you want. Pesach is very different than all of them. In what is Pesach different than all the other Yom Tovim? Pesach is different is because all the Yom Tovim are things that the Yiddish nation, Jewish nation, celebrates as a Yom Tov, whatever it is. It's Pesach we got before we became a nation. Pesach is one Yom Tov. Am Yisrael was not a nation yet. What we were was families. We were tribes. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, whatever. And within those tribes, there were families. Kehosi, whatever, all families. But we were not a nation. When did we become a nation? We became a nation on Seder night. Seder night. And what do we do? In Seder night, Arizal says all the lights come at once, one shot. Because otherwise we would not have been able to get out from Tzran. So Kadosh Baruch Hu would have waited a little while longer, we'd been lost. People make the mistake that while we were in Mitzrayim, we were like the Jews, and they were like the Egyptians, and they, they stood there with the whips, and we had to work hard, and there were walls around, and nobody ever got out. It was impossible. No slave ever got out of Egypt. It was witchcraft, and whatever it is, we could not get out. But the Torah tells us something else. Because Baruch Hu says, what's the miracle of Pesach? And Nisa Elokim lakachas lagoy mikerev goy. Kadosh Baruch Hu has taken a nation from within a nation. We were part and parcel of the Egyptian nation, completely.
Moshe's name was Egyptian. Moshe's Egyptian.
Yishamitzri, that's right.
They didn't get assimilated there, did it? No?
First of all, 80% got totally assimilated.
They did?
Yep, they didn't come out.
Only 20%.
Only 20% came out. But even those that came out, You see how much trouble they had until they came out. And the whining, and the complaining, and the trouble.
Cucumbers
Oh.
and fish are free. Cucumbers and fish are free.
Yeah.
How are they on the 49th level of Tumah? That's because their thoughts got messed up?
We got to the 49th because we lived there, you know. You go to Tel Aviv and you see the beautiful buildings and the restaurants selling lobster or whatever it is, and it's trouble. So you went to Ramses, to Nov, to Tachpanes. You know, they had, shellfish stores and whatever it is, and they got mixed up in it. You know, this guy, he became a big guy in the U.S. Senate, in the Egyptian Senate, in the Egyptian Congress, in the Egyptian, who knows what. He became a vice
But they didn't
mayor.
let him intermingle because they were slaves.
The fact that there were slaves, is the thing that saved them. They became slaves because they started intermingling with it. Yosef had the seichel to keep all the Jews away from the Mitzvah. As long as Yosef and his brothers were alive, it didn't work. The minute Yosef and his brothers and all his brothers passed away, suddenly, all right, election time. Let's do some gerrymandering. You know, I'm running for Congress in this place. Hey. And this is when the Egyptian says, you know what? What's going on here? Now you have to understand that it's beyond just a question of working. The story of Egypt, the story of us being born as a nation, which is what Pesach is about, is a story from going from Avdus to Cherus, from slavery to freedom. And you come to say, I don't understand, well, that was long ago. There are many things happened to us since then. It's the only thing you have to remember, you were slaves. Even today, you have to pray for Pesach like a slave. You have to scratch, you have to this, you have to that. Until you say, well, what are we enslaved by? Why is this Indian of becoming a nation has to include the process of going from being a slave to being free? The answer is because we all have these pre-programmed concepts inside us. The thing that we should, the thing that we shouldn't, the things that we are, we are not, and all kinds of different things of what happened and what will happen and how it was and how it won't be. And when it actually comes l'maisa, we're actually acting out of preconceived notions. How did Paro make us slaves? He didn't say, hey, everybody, get all the armies, get all the slaves, get it all working. No. Paro came with a PR campaign. There were big, signs, and highway signs, and TV ads. Paro, the patriot, loves his nation so much. Look, he's taking a brick and he ties him with a chain to his neck. This is the kind of self-giving, this kind of personal self-sacrifice that you need in order to really prove that you are a true Egyptian. I have a dream.
Oh, that's a bad phrase.
That every Egyptian will take a brick and will put it down for the glory of the Egyptian empire. Who saw this is perach? It's a soft mouth. First of all, it's a PR campaign. It's become politically correct. Everybody came. Power is coming with a brick. You're not going to come with the brick? What, are you going to go against power now? So also come with the brick. And we're coming again. This is one Avera. This is one getting used to the changing of the perception. To be good, to be an Egyptian, to be accepted, to be appreciated. There won't be anti-Semitism because we'll be just like them. They will love us. They'll like us. You have to go and put down the brick. And by the time you realize what this is about, you're already hooked in it. You're a bricklayer. It becomes part of your imprint. You don't even realize that you have been pre-programmed. That's what you do. You have to go to the army. What do you mean learn a Torah? What's with that? Go to the army. What about the army? The army is full with men and women together, whatever. Yeah, because don't you know that this is emancipation for women? Don't you know that? That's what I mean, being an Egyptian, being a true. We are ruled, we are enslaved by preconceptions. Preconceived conceptions are trapping us. To get out and to actually change the situation, to become a nation, to become a Jew, to get close to Kodesh Baruch Hu, you have to go through the process of being a slave to your preconceived notions, to your preconceived ideas, to the social pressure, and whatever it is. And one day you decide, no more. People that bought into the narrative of Paroi became slaves. Shevet Levi did not. They did not buy into the narrative. We don't care. Go ahead, pack. Don't flush your gums at us. We don't care. They didn't work. 210 years, everybody worked like a slave, literally, because they were slaves, except for Shevet Levi. Because he didn't buy into the narrative. Have you go to the army? Says who? You go to the army. What do you want from me? Well, I have to prove myself that I'm a dedicated Egyptian citizen. I'm not. They didn't buy into this narrative. They did not create this Astar Shabbat Hastara. They were always free. Am Yisrael says, "Zacharos hadog around the fish, there's a shumim and the garlics, and the cucumbers, the watermelons, the watermelons. Do you want to eat a watermelon? It's right." The Hanos Adogo, the Zohar says, what is Dogo? Dogo is Lashon Deogo, worry. You want to recognize where is the preconceived notions that enslave me or you and each and every one of us. It is embedded in worry. Yeah, but what's going on? Worry, W-O-R-R-Y. Yeah, what's going to be? No. How am I going to do that? Now, it's going to go wrong, and this is going to happen, and it's all going to end in tears. I was talking to you. I couldn't listen to you because I was too busy imagining what could go wrong. Yeah, it's like people are enslaved either with, whoa, what happens yesterday, or oy vey, what's going to happen tomorrow. That is the slavery. And this kind of self-convincing that we are doing, that is done to us, that we live in, is a story to us that we don't even know that it's there. What do you mean? I'm just living my life. What are you talking about? It's just my life. Any normal person would know it. What? What are you talking about? This is what chametz is. Chametz is, the dough with air, little tiny pockets of air, of nothingness, of preconceived notions coming in and making it bigger, giving it presence. A mark gives taste. The reason why I don't know if it ever happened to you. I was blitzed. I was driving in a car, and the radio was on, and there was some kind of a program, whatever it is, and they said we had a special interview with some Joe Schmo from the opposition. With a special interview with him. And we recorded it specifically to broadcast it. Now, the first question, member of the opposition, does the government do everything that needs to be done in order to free hostages? You're asking the member of the opposition, what do you think he's going to say? Oh yeah, sure, they're doing everything. Duh. What a surprise when he said, no, they're not. You ask him about the government, what do you think he's going to say? And they have all these people, as far as they are concerned, let's say they're against Netanyahu, yeah? I'm telling you, these people, if Netanyahu tomorrow will revive the dead by blowing the spirit of life into their nostrils, they say, yeah, but he has bad breath. Those is either 100% good, 100% bad. Because they're all living in it, they're just sitting there and just whining and talking shtuyot. And what are you talking about? What you should do or you shouldn't do, you should write an article that Israel should do this or shouldn't do this. How do you know? What do you mean? I know, I'm a dentist, I'm a famous dentist. I know how to tell what Israel should do, she shouldn't do. What kind of nonsense is this? What kind of stupidity is this? That's the air. And that's the bubbles of air, and that's the chametz. I'm a professor. Professor for what? For zoology. I know what Israel needs to be done because I'm a professor. What's good to do with anything? Nothing. I'm a professor. Full without air. In order to get out of that slavery, the first thing we need to do is we need to agree to become slaves again. That's why we have Pesach. We are not allowed to eat any chametz, only matzah. There's no ideas. There's no, so many people that are filled, especially when it comes to the Seder, they can end up the Seder, feeling, this is so much pressure, this Seder thing. I'm glad it's over. Ever heard it? Anyone?
The survivor's guide.
Just please, quickly, let's get to the food. The Seder is a meticulously perfectly prescribed regimen. How do you get out of slavery? How you become a nation? How you become a Jew? How you become from being just another Egyptian with a funny name to becoming a Jew? You can make a bracha shalos anigoy. How do you do that? You go to the Seder, you wash when you're supposed to wash, make a bracha when you're supposed to make a bracha, you don't make a bracha when you're not supposed to make a bracha, you bring the water here, you want to take the matzahs and you break this and you put that on. Specifically, you go one step after the other. The thing that makes Seder such a quote-unquote drag is because the expectations, that preconceived notion, I know I'm going to be bored. I'm not just the children going to make, hubalu, and this is going to be that. It's going to be awful, whatever it is. And then talk about what do you expect? Well, I get lights to come from above. I don't know, the walls to glow. After a while, scrub them enough. All those things. There's a person, let's say, that he eats only the matzah, such a matzah, and such a hechsher, such a whatever it is. Let's say he goes on business, whatever, gets stuck in a place where there's even no Bet Chabad. What's he going to do? Pesach is coming. How he's going to eat? It's not going to eat, whatever it is. Himself, somebody actually gives him some matzah. Actually, he wouldn't even look at his home. Wouldn't even look. It's chametz. For him, it's chametz gomer. Machine matzahs. Shem Yirachim. Machine matzahs. And he has 3 machine matzahs. How is this? Unbelievable. What an amazing, they didn't have anything. At the last moment, they got 3 machine matzahs. Actually, the Rabbanut, Not even Badas, עכשיו the Rabbanut, Rabbanut Tzor, I don't know. It's like 3 machine matzahs. It was unbelievable Seder Pesach I've ever had. Why? Because all the preconceived expectations were blown out of the window. Because you were in a place that you had nothing. All your ideas, it's not going to be trouble, it's not going to be trouble, it's going to be successful, I'm going to be bored, it's going to be quick, it's going to be, I don't have matzahs. That, poof, blew all the air, all the chametz, it blew out. You were the 3 precious matzahs. You take a look at the Haggadahs, and they have all kinds of illustrations. Here the Egyptians standing with a whip. What's the whip? The whip is the preconceived, it's a memory. Remember I got you? Got the whip? All right, now keep on working. One smack of the whip and you're working for 7 days. Remember? There'll be another one. Worry the past. Worry the future. Seder. Just set the Seder. Put the matzah the way it's supposed to be. Put the ke'ara the way it's supposed to be. Wear your kittel. Come from shul without the shame. Say halal, b'kol gadol. Come home and make the Seder pashut, simply without chametz. Don't expect to be like, Gilui Shechina. I'm going to see I'm going to see tonight. Tonight I'm seeing the Shechina, man. Tonight I'm seeing the Shechina, and I don't care what. Tonight I'm going from slavery to freedom. How? By going through the Seder, one step at a time. The tremendous secrets in it, I don't know any of them. A tremendous ha'aras in them, I don't know any of them. The secrets, Arizal, Kabbalah.
How is it freedom if you're a slave? We say we're everything for a Kodesh Gab.
That is the true freedom. This is the ultimate freedom. The ultimate freedom is you are going to be slave. The question is to whom? Either you're going to be slave to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or you're going to be slave to Parai. to your preconceived ideas, to the public relation campaign, PR, para. You know, the stone, the brick, the rock, patriotic, whatever it is, politically correct, you're not allowed to say, this is Islamophobic, this is Shmeshmophobic, this is kakakaphobic, and all the phobic that you can think of. You're either a slave to this, and only when you're a slave to Kadosh Baruch Hu, you can actually be free. David HaMelech was the king of Am Yisrael. What did he call himself? Eved Hashem. He could be the king of Am Yisrael if he's the slave of Hashem. If he's not the slave of Kadosh Baruch Hu, then he's a slave of himself, or the slave of his people. Kadosh Baruch Hu, B'ezrat Hashem, should help us all. We'll have B'ezrat Hashem. First of all, Shabbos HaGodol, B'ezrat Hashem. This is the Shabbos of great miracles. Baruch Hashem already had a Shabbos of fantastic miracles last week. We're going to have, B'ezrat Hashem, many more miracles to come, B'ezrat Hashem. B'ezrat Hashem should help us, B'ezrat Hashem. We should have the Geula Shleimo, B'ezrat Hashem. Bias Mashiach Tzidkeinu, B'kar B'meinu Mamish, B'ezrat Hashem. B'zorche to say Yeshuas v'niflos g'doilos la'oiseh niflos g'doilos levado, B'ezrat Hashem. B'ezrat Hashem, bli neder. Next week, B'ezrat Hashem. We'll see you again. Yeah, except I don't think it's going to be popcorn because it's kidneys, right?
Bring the potato chips.
Potato chips. There you go.
Unless you convert.
To what?
Sparky.
Sparky. True. True that. Okay. Let's